everyone, Lauren Culp here, publisher and CEO at cuinsight.com. And I am back again for another 3-question video interview, joined today by a very special guest. We've got Derik Krauss, the senior website consultant at BloomCU with us. We're going to talk all about websites, digital experience. It's going to be a great interview. So Derik, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, let's dive right in. So when we're getting new members as credit unions, how important is a credit union's website experience when it comes to that?
It's the most important. And I guess you could say I'm biased, maybe, but if you think about it, so for a credit union, the reason I would say that it's the most important marketing tool that they have is because when people are coming in investigating the credit union for the first time, where are they going? It's not the mobile app, because that's for members. It's not online banking. Maybe some people are walking into branches, but that's even fewer numbers since COVID started, right? So, but most people are going to interact with the website. So as far as getting new members for the credit union, I'd say it's probably the most important marketing tool that credit unions have, because of the volume of people coming to that website, and that it's a big opportunity to make an impression on them and to create whatever experience you want them to have with your brand.
It's so interesting too, because we've seen over the last, 5-10 years or so, credit unions have been a little bit slower to get up on some of the digital experiences that some of their big bank competitors have. But we know that consumer expectations are changing. So really, really critical. To your point, what are some easy things though that credit unions could do to improve their website experiences? And actually with that, what results have you seen credit unions experience when they make those types of improvements?
Yeah. So there are lots of things. I'll name just a few. So one thing that credit unions can do is make the best use of their homepage real estate, because credit unions get so much traffic to their homepages, and there are certain things that you can do that can really be a benefit to the credit union and help with growth. And there are other things that can actually have a negative impact or just not get you as much growth as what you're looking for. So thinking about what to put on the homepage, you can know that whatever you put there is going to get attention, because there's so many eyes on it, especially the top part of that page, what's called above the fold. Even small credit unions get lots of traffic there. So if you have a particular product or service that you feel like you really need to emphasize, that can be a good place to promote it. But you want to do it tastefully. For instance, we have a client named Denver Community Credit Union, and they wanted to get more checking accounts. And so we looked at their website experience for checking accounts and trying to find opportunities to improve that user experience. And one thing that we found said, hey, it looks like there isn't anything specific to checking accounts on the homepage for your homepage content outside of the navigation. So if we were to make your calls to action on the homepage focused on checking accounts, we bet you'll get more checking accounts. So we did that. We ran an A/B test, and making those calls to action throughout the homepage view checking accounts led to 4 times as many people going into that checking funnel, and then ultimately about doubled the number of leads they're getting for checking accounts. So really using that homepage real estate effectively. And I mentioned there are things you don't want to do on the homepage. So for example, you don't want to use a slider or carousel, rotating banner. They have many names. They're all evil. And the reason I say they're evil is because you see them very commonly with credit unions, but unfortunately they get very low engagement. So it's something like 95% of people click on the first slide in a slider, which kind of eliminates the purpose of having a slider to begin with. And of that 95%, it only makes up like less than 1% of total people that are seeing a slider actually interact with it, because It looks like an ad. They usually are ads, so people just ignore them. So that I think that's one thing. Really using homepage real estate well can make a big difference. Let's see, and another one that can be really valuable is to make your best product your default option. And what I mean by that is credit unions have lots of products, and lots of variety can be a good thing, but sometimes your own products can compete with each other for attention, or people spending a lot of time comparing products that you have instead of just moving forward with one. So another example with Denver Community Credit Union actually is they have 3 different checking products, and they wanted to get more of one in particular, their most important checking product, which is they call preferred checking. And initially we had their website set up so that when a user comes to the site, they go to checking, they get a page that says, okay, which of these 3 options do you want? Preferred checking, clear card, second chance checking. And it made them choose. And we noticed there was a pretty big drop off at that option page. And so we said, okay, well, what if instead of making them choose, they go to checking, and at first we just show them preferred checking? And that was the default option. And then they could still get to the other ones, the clear card and second chance checking lower on that page. But at first they go to checking. As far as the user knows, that's the default option. And when we tested that, they got 68% more leads for preferred checking. So those are, I guess I could probably go on and on with like different things to do, easy things to do on your website. But I think those are a couple of pretty easy ones. Tell me if you want some more.
Sure. Well, what's interesting and what I love about this is that it's all really informed by the data. And I think as credit unions, a lot of times we're sitting on all of this really important, valuable data, tons and tons of it, of how our members are acting and how folks on our website are acting and where they're moving and clicking and looking. But a lot of times we don't know what to do with it, or it's siloed in different spots. Your IT department might have some of them, your member experience people might have others. So maybe are there other things that you can do with data that might be easy to improve some of those website experiences beyond even
I think maybe the best thing you could do overall, and it's fairly simple, is to set up funnel analytics on your products. So because a website is a collection of pages, but it might more accurately be thought of as a collection of user journeys. Because when someone comes to the website, if a user journey on the website is successful, they're usually going through multiple pages, and they're actually making multiple decisions to either keep moving forward through a process, through a journey, or to drop out at some point. So when you think about getting more people to get loans through your websites, or get accounts through websites, thinking about that whole journey they're going through and the so-called micro conversions that they go through. So if you think about, we've been talking about checking accounts for one of our clients. We didn't just go and look at the checking page, looked at how many people are, first, for people coming to the homepage, how many of them get from the homepage to the checking page. And then initially there was an option page, and then getting from there to, in this example, preferred checking, and then from there getting into the lead capture experience, and from there getting the application experience. There are multiple steps, and just installing Google Analytics on your website doesn't give you that view of those funnel analytics and where people are dropping off. So a tool that you can use for that is one that we use, is called DataBox. And basically what it lets you do is you can take the data from Google Analytics, but you can put it into that funnel view, home page, option page, checking page, lead capture page, so on. So you can see very clearly what steps people are getting through and where they're falling off. And where they're falling off, you want to look at wherever most people are falling off is where you typically have the biggest opportunity for improvement. And then that also tells you what you should do to optimize it. Without having that data, you could go and make a change to the product page when the product page isn't the problem. The problem could be the lead capture page or the application. But if you don't have the data, you can't see that. So yeah, to your point, being very thinking about the optimization of a site methodically using data, we found it to be very valuable. And that's, I think, one of the simple and powerful things you could do with data to just overall help you see how to improve your website.
That's incredible. Well, Derik, thank you so much. I think there are so many nuggets that you shared with us that I think are really interesting to me personally from sort of a website experience perspective, but I know will be super helpful for the credit union audience. And if anyone viewing this video today would like to get in touch with Derik or his team over at BloomCU, we'll link to some contact information so you can learn more and really explore all of the different ways to improve your website experience and hopefully acquire some new members in the process. But Derik, any last thoughts you'd like to leave with our viewers today?
I think probably the biggest thing is that we'd really like to see happen with credit union websites is to be research driven, to be data driven about the website, beyond just having a website, seeing what results you get from it and optimize it, using research, using design, using technology, really the big things we focus on. But getting in and seeing the results in data and analytics from websites rather than just knowing you have one, and leaving it at that.
Absolutely. Well, that's a perfect place to end. If anyone would like more information on any of the things that we talked about today or anything else from BloomCU, we'll link to some contact information again there. Derik, thanks so much for your time. It's been great chatting with you, and I wish you a good afternoon.
Thanks.
Thanks. Take care.